Good morning, students. This is your class of economics, and in this class we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 4 in your book number 2, Poverty in India. So firstly, let us understand what is poverty. Poverty refers to lacking enough resources. Poverty is a situation when we are lacking resources that are enough for our living to provide the necessities of life. What are the necessities of life? Food, clean water, shelter, clothing. These are necessary for every human being to live. But if a person is not able to afford even these necessities, then that person will be called as that person will fall in the category of poverty. But in today's world, that can be extended to include the access to healthcare, education, and even transportation. But like the situation of today's world, what will happen if a person is not able to afford good healthcare facilities for himself or herself, good education and transportation, then that will also be counted under the poverty classification, because that is also essential in today's world. In government circle, poverty is often further defined as absolute poverty and relative poverty. Government have divided poverty in two parts, absolute and relative. These are very important topic from our examination point of view, so study them very carefully. First is absolute poverty. Absolute poverty refers to those whose income fall below a line set by a given country. Like if a country have set up certain limit and the person's income is falling below that line, that will be absolute poverty. Below this line, people are unable to meet their basic needs for food, shelter and water. They are not even able to arrange for their basic things. They also have no access to social service such as healthcare, education and utilities. In short, they are purely poor person who can't afford anything for their livelihood. They can't improve their living standard. They can't afford good quality food and education for themselves. Alright. The second is relative poverty. So what does relative poverty means? It refers to people whose total income are less than a certain percentage, typically 50% of the country's median income. So these are not actually poor, they have certain income, but that income is very much less. We have calculated the country's median income and their income is below that median also. Because the median income can vary as a result of economic growth, the line for relative poverty can change. Because as per the economic growth, our median of income will change. Like every year, our income changes, and every year, what will happen? Median income will also change, and relatively and simultaneously, relative poverty will also change due to change in the national income. Okay. Let us go through the difference of absolute poverty and relative poverty. That will make the concept very clear. First one is absolute poverty is the traditional accepted concept of poverty. That is something we have traditionally accepted, that if someone don't have money and education resources, then that is poor. In relative poverty, the concept of relative poverty has been put forward by Professor Peter Townsend. So that is a new concept that have been introduced by Professor Peter. Next is definition. Lack of income to satisfy basic requirements of life, that is food, clothing and shelter, essential for survival. In absolute poverty, a person doesn't have income to buy basic needs like food, clothes, shelter and education, etc. But in relative poverty, it is a situation where people are deprived of their customary living standard of their society in which they live. For example, if you are living in a society where everybody have a air conditioner and you don't have a air conditioner, then you will be called relatively poor. You can see that relative poor is a comparison with others, while absolute poor is we can say just a poor person without any comparison. The third is causes. Absolute poverty comes because of lack of income or low per capita income, low per capita consumption, etc. Okay. So when we have low income, we have absolute poverty. But what in case of relative poverty? When we have differences in income. in a society people are earning different income, and when we have difference in income there is a comparison, and due to comparison there is relative poverty over there. Next is nature. So absolute poverty is not universal in nature. It may or may not exist in a country. Like there may be person in a country who are very much poor, who are not able to afford food, and there may not be some people who are not able to afford their foods and shelter. Okay, means this is not a universal condition, but relative poverty is a universal condition in all countries. How? There may be difference in income in every country, and where there is a difference in income, there will be a comparison of income over there, and a comparison of income over there will create a relative poverty, because one is not rich as other. That is clearly defining the relative poverty. Next is Myers. Increase in income, control of population, increase in employment, etc. will reduce absolute poverty. Look, absolute poverty is there because we don't have income, so increase in income is a valid step. Next is control of population. In countries like India, we have a lot of population, but we don't have enough of employment. So we should control the population also, so that we can have enough of resources with us. Next is increase in employment opportunity. That should also be done to reduce the absolute poverty. Next is how will we reduce relative poverty? Reduction in the gap between rich and poor and more equitable distribution of income will reduce relative poverty. What happens in relative poverty? What is the condition? That we are poor as compared to other. This is relative poverty. But when we are going to equally differentiate the income, we are going to equally distribute the income, and we are going to reduce the gap between rich and poor, automatically relative poverty will vanish. Okay, next is with reference to poverty line. Absolute poor people live below the poverty line. They are living below the poverty line, like they are BPL people. Relative poverty, relatively poor people may live on above or below the poverty line. They may be above the poverty line or may be below the poverty line. That is just based on comparison, not on poverty line. Next is results in a large extent of absolute poverty, when more than 50% of population is absolutely poor, result in mass poverty. When in a country the 50% of the population lives below the poverty line, that is called mass poverty. A particular word is given to it, that is mass poverty. A large extent of relative poverty results in inequality, because relative poverty also happens due to the unequal distribution of income. So that results in inequality. Absolute poverty can be completely eradicated, which means absolute poverty can be completely finished by the way of some measures taken, like increase in income. But relative poverty can never be completely eradicated, because there exists a difference between the income of different people. They are doing their different work, they are doing their hard work at different level, so they will be paid at a different level. Okay, so this was all about poverty, the meaning, and the the basic two type of poverty as classified by government, that is absolute poverty and relative poverty. These two are very much important for your examination point of view. That's why I have added the difference to it to make the concept more clear. I hope you understood this concept. Have a very good day, students.